We've risen from the ashes to school the masses. Hello everyone, welcome to another edition of the Scholars of Wrestling Show, episode 236. I'm your man behind the microphone, Scholar Jeff. To my right is the current, reigning, defending Scholars of Wrestling heavyweight champion of the world, Scholar Tarek.
Emphasis on defending.
Yes, indeed. Scholar Tarek, what's going on tonight, sir?
The champ has returned to the Scholars of Wrestling after a 2-week hiatus. And I'm all refreshed, ready to go, do some predictions for the Royal Rumble. Hands down, the most entertaining pay-per-view of the year.
Oh yeah,
Just for the Royal Rumble match alone.
And not only is this one of my favorite wrestling shows of the year, this is one of my favorite Scholars of Wrestling shows all year, kicking the year off with a bang. I wouldn't have it any other way with you guys by my side. Isn't that right, Scholar Brian?
Sure. That title's leaving with me.
Of course, gentlemen. But then again, we all know it's coming back home where it belongs.
What do you mean back home? It's already home. I was the first ever Scholars of Wrestling champion. So it secured its home on my shoulder, around my waist.
How bad do you think the tantrum's going to be when he doesn't have the title next week?
Hey, all I'm saying is...
Oh, you guys, you think you know me so well. You think I'm going to go on a tirade?
All I'm saying is... you may have the
pathetic.
legal rights, but at the end of the day, the title still wants to come home and live with Daddy. Anywho, we got a pay-per-view to talk
She already
about.
has her daddy. She's just resting on Daddy's shoulder. You're just stepdaddy. And you...
I'm the drunk uncle, I know.
You're the drunk uncle that she just was only visiting for, those 2 months. And then she's like, Daddy, I want to come home, Daddy. And Daddy's got
Not
you.
now, damn it. But anyway, we, in all somewhat seriousness, there's absolutely seriousness about this when we're talking about the Royal Rumble 2019. So let's just dive right in and get to it, shall we? Starting things off on the pre-show with Rusev versus Shinsuke Nakamura for the U.S. title. Gentlemen?
Pre-show. Rusev retains.
Excuse me, Brian. When it's a title defense, the champion goes first with the predictions.
I don't care.
And
the
of course,
show is already
it shows that you don't care because your lack of, successful title reigns. That's why it's still on my shoulder and it's not on yours.
And this show is already off to a rolling start.
I will say, this is disappointing because when was the last time these two were on WWE TV?
When they fought on Christmas Day.
Actually, that's not true. I think it's like maybe 2 or 3 weeks. Whenever Shinsuke had Lana on his back. Well, and Rusev super
let me
kicked him.
put it this way, okay? And the last thing that was big enough for me to actually give a shit and remember was Christmas Day.
It's just the one thing I remember about this was Shinsuke pulling in his inner Snitsky and saying what happened to Lana was not my fault. And that was the last we actually saw them. Which is really, really shitty to say because, it's Rusev and it's Shinsuke Nakamura. 2 great talents that WWE has. And, of course, they're wasting it. And, yeah, if there was any other build in this, I have no choice, but I'm going to go with Rusev as well.
Yeah, this one is pretty much cut and dry given its build and... spot on the card. Let's be real. This is just...
See, that all we had to say, okay, was we didn't have to go into it. We didn't have to explain our reasoning. Pre-show, Rusev, done.
But I feel like I had to express my disappointment of putting these 2 great talents in such a wasted position.
At this point, they should have just saved them for the Rumble.
It needed to be said.
At the way that they built this, they should have just put them both in the Rumble and did it like that. don't even have a United States title defense. Just have the two in the Rumble like we have with your favorite title.
Mm-hmm. But you can't win them all. But at least they're getting the payday, so that counts for something, right?
Do they get extra pay for being in 2 matches?
I don't even know anymore.
That's it.
But either way, that's far from the last match on the card. So we also have on the pre-show something possibly a little bit more interesting. We've got Buddy Murphy versus Akira Tozawa versus Hideo Itami versus Kalisto for the Cruiserweight Championship.
Hideo Itami. Brian.
Hideo Itami?
No.
Well, you know what?
I'm picking a retain because I like what Buddy Murphy's doing and I want to see him keep it up.
That's not what I was asking for.
What are you asking
Hideo
for?
Itami.
Kojima!
There you go.
Yeah.
It's been so long since he's actually been spoken about at all by anybody that I completely forgot.
It's like, don't worry, Brian. It will click.
So wait, is Hideo Itami your serious pick?
No. I'm picking Hideo Itami because I wanted to hear him.
What's your real pick?
I'm going Buddy Murphy. This is going to be, in my opinion, the match that is basically going to be like the setting stone. Okay, because the Cruiserweights have been doing so fantastic on pay-per-views lately. It's like this is the match that all the rest of the, excluding the Royal Rumble match, the other matches, this is the one that's like trying to get on that level, trying to reach that point.
This is the match that will determine whether the Cruiserweights get a spot on the actual WrestleMania card or not. That's how I'm taking this. They put 4 of their best.
This is for me. This is polishing Buddy Murphy to actually joining either the Raw or SmackDown roster. This is like his polishing and him winning this match.
And then he'll lose it at WrestleMania, whenever that may be, and then he'll actually show up on Raw or SmackDown. Probably Raw, so he can have a storyline with his friggin' girlfriend. There you go.
I'll tell you what, I went back and forth on this one, believe it or not. With the inclusion of Hideo Itami, it made me sort of wonder, okay, is this his big debut on the main roster and have it actually stick this time? I've went back and forth on this. I'm inclined to go Buddy Murphy as well. As much as I would love to see Hideo Itami actually do something with this, you're right. I think they're going to save a big momentous change like that for WrestleMania.
Yeah, I can see Itami getting it at WrestleMania. I can't see it, but I would love to see a Cruiserweight match actually get on the WrestleMania card, and then have Itami beat Buddy Murphy there. Mm-hmm. But this one you can't be concrete about it because Cruiserweights are always on the pre-show. No matter what, so you can't just be like pre-show title retained. That's it.
It's all really about the context here.
But Buddy Murphy still has a little. I still think there's stories to tell with him as champion. So I think
so.
All right. Now moving on to the main card of the show, kicking things off with your boy. We've got The Bar versus The Miz and Shane McMahon for the SmackDown Tag Titles. What in the world is going to happen here?
I have a bad feeling about this.
I don't have a bad feeling about it. I just have a feeling. There's no reason for Miz and McMahon to be teaming up together if they're not going to have something come of it. So, as much as I would like The Bar to retain because they're actual full-time wrestlers, as much as I like it, for this storyline to make any sense whatsoever and for it to move forward to what they're obviously planning, whatever that may be, I feel like the only thing that makes sense is for The Miz and McMahon to win here. As much as I may hate to say it and as much as Scarlett Tarek may hate to hear it.
I hate it on both terms. I have to say it, and I just hate hearing it coming out of my mouth. Yeah. Miz and Shane McMahon. As much as I hated this storyline in the beginning, part of me is kind of warming up to them because they actually do have good chemistry together.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, you know what? Their storyline, it's cute. That's kind of the best way I can really put it. It's their chemistry. It's a cute act. So and Shane McMahon pretty much got his head kicked off on.
That
was brutal.
The only way I could put it is at least them losing to Miz and Shane McMahon is better than Nicholas. That's it.
Yeah,
true.
That's it.
True. Plus, I'm going to go with Miz and Shane for all those reasons. Plus, for one additional reason that has yet to be discussed, because if they do this now, which let's face it, with the way they're building this up, Miz and Shane are going to have to win the tag titles at some point. If they do it now, they can set up so many different scenarios up to and leading at WrestleMania. You can do a return match for the bar. You can do a new debuting tag team, or do another multi-man tag match with them involved. You could have a ladder match. You can do any number of things. But we all know that the WWE seems to be dead set on making Miz and Shane a thing. So why not make Miz and Shane a thing now and open up a whole new world of possibilities for the tag title scene? Yeah?
That's that's actually a positive thing on the tag title scene? That would make me side with the Revival.
It's a positive in the sense that it gets the inevitable ending that we know is going to happen out of the way, so we can move on to something newer, fresher, and more interesting.
More title shots for the Usos and the New Day. That's it.
I miss Sanity.
I miss Sanity too, but who knows? This is another reason why I'm banking on this to be a thing, so that boom, they kick the doors wide open. Hey, potential new use for Sanity.
I'm really looking forward to. Wow, why am I blanking out on the
Heavy Machinery?
No, like them switching brands. What is it? The change up?
The
Superstar
shake-up.
The shake up. Oh, I was close. I don't know why I blinked out on. I would like to see the Revival move to SmackDown, because really SmackDown is the more respectable tag team division.
I want to see him move to AEW already. But that's
I honestly don't think.
We all know that now.
I don't think that WWE's gonna let them go.
I don't even think at this point they asked for their release. I think that whole story was bullshit because Maria said she didn't, Mike said he didn't, and it's not gonna happen.
I do believe them talking about their frustrations on how the tag team division is being portrayed. At least
they're definitely frustrated. There's no doubt.
I would definitely agree with them more on the Raw side.
Yes.
Yes, indeedy. But anyway, speaking of Raw, we've got the next match on this card, which is Ronda Rousey versus Sasha Banks for the Raw Women's Championship. I believe it's my turn, right?
It is.
Good, because I have to say that this is probably going to be... This is honestly a contender for the... It may not be match of the night, but it is, in my mind, the one with the most hype and the most build, which I never saw coming. And I'm fans of both Sasha and Ronda. These ladies did a lot in a relatively brief amount of time, and the hype is real. And this is a match I really want to see. That being said, however, the result seems fairly predictable as far as I'm concerned. Ronda's going to hang on to the title, which will set the stage for future storylines and matches. But either way, I'm going with Ronda.
We all know how this is going to go. No matter how well they built it up, okay, there's no way that Sasha Banks is walking out of Royal Rumble as the women's champion.